Welcome once again to Speakeasy. I am still Paul F. Tompkins, and you'll recognize my guest today from his various acting roles on various shows, including Franklin and Bash. Let's start again.
I think that was perfect.
I cannot tell you.
That was pretty good.
I cannot tell you.
Because I was waiting for it.
No. The jumbling.
I haven't done anything for 3 years.
There was no.
It's really been just Franklin and Bash. You don't need to go anywhere.
No.
That's perfect.
I like to give a list.
No.
I like to give a list.
Let's just concentrate on what I've been doing for 3 years. It's just been Franklin and Bash.
Just go Franklin and Bash?
Yes.
You got it.
All right then. That's perfect. Let's move on.
All right. Did we get that? All right, here we go. Please say hello to Mark Paul Gosselaar. Mark, hello.
Hey, good. Paul.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
We're having Manhattans. Right? That's elegant. That's elegant.
It's classy.
It's got a nice warmth to it. And then there's like
the rye.
Yes, it's the rye. And
it's the rye.
There's like this follow-up feeling of like everything's gonna be okay.
A little bit of sweetness to it. Not too sweet.
Like life.
It's alcohol forward. Like life.
That's right. Alcohol forward, like life. Absolutely. Mark Paul, thank you very much for being here. Is it Mark Paul?
It is Mark Paul. Hyphenated first name.
A hyphenated first name, which is
No
very
joke.
continental.
No joke.
No, we are not kidding around.
Not
about
kidding
this.
around. No.
Is that a family name?
No, it is not. I actually have no idea how my family. We don't speak. My family. We're in the same room together. We just don't speak about these kind of things.
I understand.
But I have no idea how they came up with Mark Paul. My parents are Dutch immigrants. My mother is Indonesian. My father is Dutch. And each one of my other brothers and sisters have very Americanized names. Mike, not Michael. Mike. Sylvia.
Oh, his full name is Mike.
Mike. Mike, Sylvia, and Linda, and then Mark Paul. I was the last one. I guess they had bought the names. They figured they might as well use them. So Mark Paul, and then I have a middle name as well.
What's your middle name?
Harry. Now we're getting very distinguished and classy.
But no hyphen in the middle.
No hyphen.
It's not Harry.
No.
It's just full on Harry.
No, and my brother's middle name is Harold. So there's some issues going on. I don't want to go there.
But the hyphenated first name feels very old world.
Okay.
That fit. You'll allow it?
I'll allow that answer. Okay.
And so people call you Mark Paul.
Sure.
You're intimates.
Yes. Very intimate.
Around a set. Mark
MP.
Paul. MP.
Sorry,
There we
I think
go.
That came out a little.
This is part of the profession.
Emphasis.
That's right.
This, yes.
Exactly. This is your instrument.
Yes.
Every instrument has a spit valve.
Yes. There was mine.
You just finished your third season of Franklin and Bash. It's good. I know you have to.
It's hard with this.
Your elegant mustache. Now, I feel as if. I hope you won't think me rude, but I feel as if this is something that you would rather have pointed out than to have everyone see it and not be told. But
My wedding ring.
I'm
married.
No.
I know. People don't know that I'm married.
I didn't know that, but that is
Right.
that's not the specific thing that I was going to say. It seems
My
as
ears
if-
are asymmetrical.
Everyone's are.
But
Everyone's
I'm
are
really
slightly-
conscious about my ears, Paul.
I can't tell it with the.
I cover it with the hair.
Yeah.
This is why I do this.
Yeah. It's not the ears. It's that I'm going to come right out and say it. Is that your mustache seems to be hanging off of your face. Let me just, if you'll permit me. Got a little something right there. There we go. Is that better? Does it feel? Franklin and Bash. Third season in the can. You and Breckin Meyer. You guys are having a ball. Right?
Breckin Meyer.
Now you Well, I feel like that's almost a rueful smile when I mention Breckin Meyer.
Breckin Meyer. We had met each other in an airport a long time ago, waiting for flights, and it's like, hey, and we started talking. We realized we had kids, and we liked the same interests and stuff. Cut to Franklin and Bash's cast. I was cast first. They were looking for a Franklin. They were looking for Bash's Franklin. And
I think we all are.
Yes,
right?
aren't we? That's life.
Exactly.
Alcohol forward and looking for your Franklin.
That's right.
His name came up, and I said that actually would be a really cool idea. Everything that I'd heard about Breckin, his work ethic. You want to work with good people. You want to work with someone that you can connect with. That doesn't always happen. And with Breckin and I, it happens. This is what you see on screen. What you see on screen is mostly us just really enjoying each other's company.
Yeah. And that's like winning the lottery, you know. I mean, because that makes the day a lot shorter if you can enjoy the people that you work with, and it also makes the work better.
Yeah. Because what people don't realize is when you're working on a show, in particular, is that we do about 14 to 16 hours on set. So I'm with Breckin more than I'm with my wife for about 4 to 6 months out of the year, because we only do 10 episodes a year. That's a hell of a lot of time to be with one person. If you don't like that person, it's a long 4 months.
Right.
But with Breckin and I, we really enjoy each other's company, and it translates to better work.
Yeah.
And especially with that character, with Franklin and Bash, they have to be friends, and they have to be lifelong friends, and that translates.
And you have to buy it. Yeah. You can't
act that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't act that stuff. And it's funny when you watch television and you know the history behind the two leads, and there might be some animosity there, and you know of it, and you watch it. It sometimes bleeds on the screen. Sometimes it makes it good. Sometimes it makes it bad. I mean, there's been notorious partners in the past that have made for some interesting
moonlighting, if you will.
Moonlighting, absolutely,
a great
absolutely. And it worked because you could kind of tell the tension as you were watching it, and it kind of worked for the sexual tension that they had with each other. That they may never get together, but they should, and it worked. We have that on our show. We have that tension.
Oh, it's pretty tense.
Yes.
In a sexual way.
Yes. Franklin and Bash is very phallic.
Whenever you see, you guys have an ampersand, right?
Yes.
It's
we
not
haven't
the word
cast
yet.
that ampersand yet, but yes,
You're leaving it open.
4th season, maybe we'll find the ampersand.
You talked about growing up in the industry, and Breckin Meyer was similarly a guy who started out as a kid.
He grew up in the industry. He grew up in Beverly Hills. He doesn't like people to know this, but he grew up in Beverly Hills. He hates this. He's watching this right now, and he's cursing. He's cursing at me. He hates his product.
Spoiled.
He went
rich.
to Beverly Hills High.
Oh boy!
He went to Beverly, but he says what does he say? He didn't live in the district. That he kind of had a friend. He was using their address, but he still lived on Mulholland.
Must be.
I was in the flats of the valley, man. I was in the flats of the valley where there's no wind and it's 10 degrees hotter.
There's no wind.
There's no wind in the flats.
You were born in Panorama City?
I was yeah.
Which is, where is that in relation to?
That's Wikipedia. Shit, what is this? Guy's on my show. I have no idea about this guy.
What? Why wouldn't I read up about you?
I'm glad you did.
Well,
that's very professional.
It seemed like you weren't.
Yes.
You said something that made me realize they're among the people that do grow up in the entertainment industry. You said a thing about you kind of get to know, people get a reputation as like who's a good guy, who's maybe not such a good guy. So is that a thing that that people who did grow up in this industry, is there a sort of understanding of like some people might be super damaged or some people might not be?
No, I mean, a lot of people say it's surprising that you were able to make it out of that, because there's a lot of kids that we grew up with that were on television and film that aren't so stable anymore, or not even around, which is sad. I guess I didn't live in the bubble of the industry. I actually worked, and then I lived in Santa Clarita, which is a good 30 miles outside of the city. I went to a normal school. I had normal friends that were not in the industry. I wanted to play sports. I wanted to just hang out with my friends. And oh yeah, I did a show called Saved by the Bell where I was, on, but the show wasn't big then. No one knew about Saved by the Bell until it was syndicated, which was 3 years after the fact of us filming it. We ended in 94, 96, 97. It was syndicated, then it blew up. But we didn't have that many viewers because we were on a Saturday morning show. So I was able to sort of stay under the blanket and kind of hide for a while. I mean, I would still do the things that...
It was easier to be grounded.
It was very easy to be grounded. There wasn't Twitter, there weren't paparazzi. I was still going to clubs at 16. I was still doing all kinds of things that 16-year-olds do.
Having adventures.
Yes. But now you see these kids having adventures, and the poor things, it's being documented.
Yeah.
And then people judge it, and you're going, they're just being kids. They're being kids with all... You see Bieber, he's annoying. I must say, he's annoying. He's driving around. He's got a shit ton of cash.
Right.
And he's using it. He's annoying. The guy, I guess somebody shouldn't have that when they're that young.
Right.
But he has it, and he's enjoying himself. Now, I think the majority of teens nowadays, if they had the income and the resources that he has, would be doing exactly the same thing, except his is being documented and people, like me, are calling them assholes.
Yeah.
But that's the world we live in. I didn't live in that world. That wasn't around, so I could still be a normal person, and I had normal friends.
Right.
Yeah. I feel naked, Paul.
Do you?
I feel really naked. I mean, there's some. I don't know what it is.
I think I know what it is.
But
Hang on one second. I want you to keep this. Just keep it close.
okay,
Okay?
can I look?
I think it'll help. You can look at it if you need to, like as needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you start out in comedy. Saved by the Bell, you're a kid.
No, I started out doing I actually started out doing drama.
Oh, but in television before Saved by the Bell?
Actually, before Saved by the Bell, you guest star on a bunch of things, trying to get into the industry.
Right.
I had done comedies, but what I excelled at was I thought was drama. I had actually just finished a film with Alan Arkin that his wife had written, and I lived with Alan Arkin for a while, and he was my mentor when I went for the audition for Saved by the Bell.
Wow.
I asked him, should I do this? And he goes, you know what? I don't think you should do a sitcom. You actually stay in film, stay with drama. Don't do a sitcom. I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought, this is my sitcom. It's Saved by the Bell. Zack Morris is the lead character. I'd play the lead character. Told him to go fuck himself, and I did the show.
No, did you actually tell him to go fuck himself?
Yes.
Hey, Alan Arkin.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Because I think I ended up doing the show, so I did subconsciously. I mean, I didn't verbally say that because I was only 12.
Well, there we go. That's what I was concerned
But by my actions, it was like me telling him to go fuck himself.
You all but said out loud.
This is an Academy Award nominee.
At the time.
At the time, now winner.
Now winner.
I told him that he didn't know a thing, and I ended up doing Saved by the Bell.
Mark Paul Gosselaar, what a pleasure to speak with you. Oh, could you look just right over there for a second? Just look, can you see that bottle over there? Thank you so much for being here. A pleasure to chat with you. Fingers crossed for Franklin and Bash Season 4.
Fingers crossed.
Well, that does it for this edition of Speakeasy. Please join me next time when my guest will be a different person. That's right. It comes out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere.
You have no idea what you just said.
People need to know.
I have no idea what you just said.
That does it for this edition of Speakeasy. Join me next time when my guest will be a different person.
Hey.
Right?
Yes.
Cheers. Yes, my cherry dissolved. Dissolved in the brine.
Look at you. Look at your life.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check back every Monday to see who I interview next. And for more info about Speakeasy, visit mademan.com.